Good morning everyone and welcome to this special meeting of the Cabinet. I'm Councillor Amanda Hopgood, Leader of Durham County Council and Chair of the meeting. The meeting is being broadcast live through our YouTube channel. Before we commence with today's formal business, I'd like to cover some of the housekeeping issues for us all to follow. Please switch off or make silent your mobile phones. Keep microphones switched off at all times unless invited to speak by myself as the Chair. And when invited to speak, please switch on the microphone nearest to you and introduce yourself. So with that, we'll move on to the agenda. Item 1, declarations of interest. Are there any declarations from members this morning? No. Item 2, North East Devolution. Can I ask John Hewitt, Chief Executive, to present the report, please?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Morning, members. Morning, Cabinet. In January, Cabinet endorsed the Minded 2 devolution deal and agreed with the findings of the governance review that had been undertaken relating to the establishment of a new mayoral combined authority for the North East. Cabinet also agreed that the North East councils would undertake a public consultation in relation to the proposals to create a new mayoral combined authority for the North East. This report sets out the results of the public consultation exercise and the next steps in the process to establish a new MCA. In terms of the report detail, paragraph 15 sets out the consultation process, highlighting that over 3,200 people or organisations took part across the region, with the majority completing online or paper surveys. The consultation themes are set out in paragraph 16, covering the areas of governance, transport, housing, finance and skills. And the report also sets out details of the face-to-face events that took place in each council area and across the region. The table at paragraph 24 sets out a summary of the consultation responses, with the majority of respondents being in favour of the proposals for each theme. Paragraph 32 onwards sets out some key areas of concern that were raised during the consultation, with a narrative of how the proposed devolution deal addresses the specific concerns that were raised. In summary, the creation of a new MCA covering the areas of the 7 councils that are party to the Minded 2 deal is dependent on the Secretary of State making a statutory order to abolish the 2 existing combined authorities and creating a new MCA for the expanded area. The public consultation has been extensive and it is considered that the responses support the view that the proposed governance changes will meet the required statutory criteria. The recommendations are set out in paragraph 11 of the report, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, John. As explained, this report sets out the details of the public consultation that the 7 councils across the North East have undertaken in relation to proposals for North East devolution. The Minded 2 devolution deal will see a significant shift of powers, funding and responsibility from central government and is expected to provide £4.2 billion of additional investment to the region over 30 years. The consultation process was agreed with Government and ran from the 26th of January to the 23rd of March and included a mix of online events, in-person meetings and an online questionnaire. This was in addition to the online surveys that were undertaken and the engagement with the business community and other stakeholders. The report sets out that there is overall support for the devolution proposals across the public and business community, including support for the proposed changes to governance, a regional and joined-up approach to integrated transport, which will help to meet the needs of local communities, the development of new affordable housing across the region, opportunities for long-term investment and into the region, and improving skills, employment and adult education in the region. The report also sets out some of the concerns that were raised during the consultation and how these are addressed through the devolution deal. Now that the consultation is concluded, the Secretary of State will consider making a statutory order which will abolish the 2 existing combined authorities and create a new combined authority that covers the area of the 7 North East councils. Subject to all 7 Cabinet's agreement, the consultation reports, which is appended to this report, will be submitted to the Secretary of State to allow consideration of making the necessary order. I'd like to thank everyone involved in undertaking the significant work to reach this milestone, and I'm happy to move the recommendations in paragraph 11 of the report. And I now invite Councillor Richard Bell, Deputy Leader and Cabinet Portfolio Holder for Finance, to second the report, please.
Thank you, Chair. Following Cabinet Cabinet's decision in January to proceed with a consultation on the proposals for the North East devolution deal, a thorough consultation process has been undertaken across the North East Council areas that will make up the new combined authority. There has been very good engagement with businesses and other stakeholders, and positive feedback has been received on the proposals. Regarding the public, although devolution has clearly not gripped the public imagination, this council has made every effort to engage with the online consultation, an in-person event in County Hall, and a virtual consultation for residents and businesses. 9 bespoke online events were held, which are described at paragraph 20, and these provided further opportunities for people to engage directly with the consultation process. And as a result of this significant effort by Durham County Council, we had the highest number of responses in the region. The devolution of more powers for transport, skills, housing and regeneration will allow decisions to be made closer to home as opposed to the current system which sees those decisions being made in London. We will be much better placed to make decisions about the future of our region and influence the future of our county through this devolution deal. Our leadership, cabinet and corporate management team will make every effort to ensure that Durham gets its fair share of resources going forward. And on that basis, I am happy to second the recommendations as described at paragraph 11. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Richard. I've got some Cabinet members wishing to speak. Can I bring in Councillor Chris Hood?
Thank you, Chair. Devolution has the potential to transform the region's economy by providing access to significant funding and new powers to shape local skills provisions. With over £4 billion worth of funding available over a 30-year cycle, the region can invest in initiatives that will drive economic growth and create new job opportunities. The devolution of adult health functions and the core adult education budget will enable the region to tailor its skills provision to meet the specific needs of local employers, ensuring that workers have the skills they need to succeed in a rapidly changing job market. The new Local Skills Improvement Plan will be a key tool in achieving this goal, providing a framework for collaboration between employers, educators and policymakers. An example is happening this afternoon where leader Councillor Hopgood, portfolio holder for Children and Young People Councillor Henderson and I are travelling to meet representatives at Sunderland University to continue our discussions on collaboration and joined-up working. By working together, these stakeholders can identify areas where additional investment is needed and develop targeted training programmes that address specific skills gaps. This approach will help ensure that workers are equipped with the skills they need to succeed in high-growth industries such as technology, healthcare and advanced manufacturing. With an LA7 deal, we can expect to see an increase in funding for adult education programmes, which will allow us to expand our offerings and reach more learners. This means that we can provide more resources and support to those who are looking to improve their skills and advance their careers. In addition, an LA7 deal opens up new opportunities for collaboration and partnerships with other organisations in the adult learning space. By working together, we can share best practices, leverage each other's strengths and create even more impactful programmes for our learners. And finally, an LA7 deal brings with it a larger pool of potential learners who are interested in continuing their education. This means that we have the chance to connect with more people and help them achieve their goals, whether that's through traditional classroom-based learning or online courses. Overall, I believe that an LA7 deal is a win-win for everyone involved. It provides us with the resources and support we need to continue growing and improve our adult education offerings, whilst also creating new and exciting opportunities for County Durham. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Chris. Can I invite Councillor Alan Shield?
Thank you, Chair. The creation of the North East May Combined Authority, which is reported to be the 4th largest combined authority in the UK, can only lend strength to address the North East region's issue relative to the level of poverty, and in particular child poverty, which is reported to be the highest across England and the UK, which has been experienced by our communities and residents. And if you allow me to read a snippet from the North East Child Poverty Commission website, 38% of North East children live in relative poverty, with only half of those in working households. Recognising the significant human and economic cost, the North East May Combined Authority commit to the continuation and expansion of the North of Tyne Child Poverty Prevention Pilot based on interventions to support poverty prevention in school, workplace and family settings, it will also undertake this work with a wider coalition of partners and consider how best to capitalise on national activity and government programmes. And also, the North East Migration Partnership. This Mayor Combined Authority will hopefully be more capable to coordinate and interact with government, in particular the Home Office, regarding the resettlement of refugees, especially via the wider dispersal scheme, to ensure a more appropriate levels of transfer from the current hotel accommodation to acquired properties via the commissioning organisation MEARS, to ensure fair and equitable distribution across all local authorities in the UK and not be subject to oversubscribing in the North East and North West, which is attributable to the low cost of housing, be that purchase or rental. I look forward to working collectively with everybody involved. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Councillor James Rawlinson.
Thank you, Chair. I'm pleased that the devolution deal is being confirmed and is being taken forward. The deal, which includes £200 million of brownfield funding for the development of more, better and affordable homes. This will first be targeted at the Hordern and Easington district, an area which under Labour has been left in the past for over 40 years. I'm also pleased that the rurality of County Durham has been recognised, and the towns and villages of County Durham will also be lifted in the economic development that this deal will bring. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, James. Councillor Elizabeth Scott.
Thank you, Chair. So in my role, which is all about economy and partnerships, I spend a great deal of time meeting the business community and talking to them, and most importantly, listening to them. And what I'm hearing about this deal from business is that they're absolutely delighted that we're taking this step today. And I think the feelings are very much that local authorities make better decisions about major infrastructure projects in terms of economic development and housing. I think businesses feel that they will be more able to influence decisions by having a forum in which to talk to us more constructively. I think they believe there are better options for local transport infrastructure, and I certainly concur with that. I think we can do a lot more on a regional level than we ever can alone. That we'll be better able to grow a strong and resilient skills base, and that we can develop a stronger tourism narrative, making for longer stays, inevitably creating more value for our region in doing that. I think what's absolutely for certain is that reaching this deal demonstrates a level of political maturity that's never ever been seen before in County Durham. I think the partnership working has already started, and I think we're doing a fabulous job. I think we also know that having two leaders within the wider region will provide us with a very strong voice at national government level, and that is also to be welcomed for business and the development of our economy. So I think it's a marvellous deal, and I completely agree with everything that we're doing.
Thank you. Right. Can we therefore agree the report and its recommendations?
Agreed.
Okay. I can confirm that the recommendations are agreed. Item 3 is any other business. I haven't been notified of any other business for today, so I'd like to thank everyone for taking part, to those members of the public and media who've watched the meeting, and that concludes the business for this meeting.